Dr. Redlener, you have a new piece in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution entitled Vaccinating Educators Now is Key to Reopening Schools. And you write in part, my principal concern is that the guidelines should be much stronger when it comes to vaccinating teachers. The CDC states that vaccinations for teachers should be available as soon as supply allows. But as of now, at least 10 to 15 million doses of vaccine are on shelves and could be available to the nation's 3.7 million public and private school K-12 teachers. You continue. This would give educators a much-needed sense of confidence that they would be safe and protected in schools, especially with increased efforts to make classrooms compliant with essential public health guidelines. I tend to agree with you. So I guess my question is, who doesn't? I mean, at this point, we have to figure any essential worker as someone who is exposed to lots of people who could spread the coronavirus.
Right, Mika, but this is really not so much about the teachers, it's about the children. And I think the necessity for getting kids back on track educationally is overwhelming. You know, there's three problems right now with the pandemic. First of all, obviously, we have to control the deaths and the illness caused by this very virulent virus. Secondly, the economy. The economy can be fixed by appropriate relief measures, and that's already in process. But the thing that's lurking in the wings, Mika, is this horrendous educational disaster for children who have missed so much school. You know, for my own grandchildren and other people's kids who are living in relative comfort, yeah, they can function with remote learning. But there are millions and millions of children who are behind the eight ball before the pandemic, and the absence of ability to go to school has really exacerbated the challenges we're going to have to face. We've never seen before the level of educational impairment that's been caused by this disruption of schooling. We're going to look at a Marshall Plan level task ahead of us to try to get kids back on track. And it's going to be really, really difficult. And that's an emergency. It's an emergency now and an emergency for the future. And I just would like to see us taking this more seriously in a way and aggressively saying, listen, if teachers need to be vaccinated to get them back into the classroom, to get children back into the classroom, let's do it. What are we waiting for, really?
Couldn't agree with you more, Dr. Redlener. And it's felt like an emergency for most families for a year now. As you say, there is an entire year now where many children just frankly haven't been engaged at all with school. They don't have access to Wi-Fi. They don't have the laptop that you would need to work remotely. So what is your assessment over the last year why this hasn't been treated like an emergency? Why hasn't it been more urgent? Why haven't we rushed vaccines to teachers and done more work about studying vaccines for kids? Why hasn't this been more of a priority as it has been for parents and kids?
Well, you know, Willie, we had, a year of misinformation, of missteps, of incompetence, and a very, very disorganized messaging coming from the White House. And all of that has left these big problems unattended to and really unfocused on. And, and what's happened now is we have a bunch of random plans for vaccinating people and teachers and so on. But this issue of focusing on our children has been, to me, one of the most compelling things we should have done and haven't as yet. We're going to pay a price for this, as well as children. You know, they're going to grow up with, educationally impaired realities. They're going to prevent them from becoming successful in life, from getting jobs and so on. It's an American long-term problem, as well as a tragic problem for the children who have missed all this school. And like you said, Willie, if you don't have a laptop at home, or you have it one and it's being shared by three kids and parents trying to work remotely, it doesn't work. And absenteeism is increasing. It's a literal disaster for America and America's children. We must address this as forcefully and effectively as we possibly can at this point. No sense, we can't roll back time, but we can look forward and make sure that we're doing the right thing right now.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.